Yeah. So yeah, those are all really good places that you brought up. As far as like the U.S. cities, I've definitely been to all three of those, and I definitely enjoyed my experiences at all three of those as well. Like as far as Denver, I actually had the opportunity to go there because I went on a road trip last year to Mount Rushmore from
Okay, yep.
Alabama. So yeah, we drove all the way up to South Dakota. Then we thought Colorado is just right over there, so we're just going to take a different route back home. So we went to Denver because we have an uncle that lives there in Aurora. So
Oh,
that's
yeah,
where we met up with him and his wife, and we actually stayed in Aurora as well, which is a very nice town to
yeah,
stay in.
yeah. It is.
So yeah, got to do that, and then took like a day trip to like Colorado Springs, which was nice. Seeing the Garden of the Gods, which I think is actually right behind me, right here. It's so, so yeah, got to see Garden of the Gods, and my brother's a Broncos fan, so we actually took a tour of the stadium. That was
I'm
an
a
awesome.
fan too.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I was
definitely.
I was a Denver Broncos fan, and then like, now I'm kind of navigating towards them. I would like to go to a game. I haven't been to an NFL game, so I would like to go to a different game.
Yeah, that would be a cool experience. We were like one day off from like a game and like from the game actually going to a game because we had to just continue to drive on towards
Oh
home. So
yeah,
we had to at least get a tour of it since my brother was a big Peyton Manning fan or still is a
me
Peyton
too.
Manning fan.
And that was my favorite quarterback, dude. Like I don't even like. They be like, "Who's your?" I'm like, man, I ain't even really had no favorite since Peyton retired. Like that hurt my feelings. But I mean, it is what it is. He has his own legacy and stuff, so I can dig
Oh
it.
yes, most definitely. So yeah, definitely Denver is not in my top three, but it is definitely up there in my top favorite ones for sure. But I just definitely loved the experience of Denver. And then let's see, you said New York. That's definitely my top three for sure. That was definitely a cool experience getting to go up there and exploring. Like you were saying, we're both from small country towns, and then you go up there to New York City, and it's a whole different world up there. It's like, whoa, there's so many people that travel there from all around the world.
Right.
And it was
And
just
it's
like,
so for minding their business. Like it's so many people going one way, this way, and it's just like, we're used to, excuse me, hey, how you doing? That type stuff. And then it's like people just minding their business, walking down the street. Like it's just a
yeah.
big melting pot like of people. So
Yes, most definitely. It was definitely a melting pot for sure. A lot of people, definitely not a lot of eye contact, not a lot of hey, how are you? It's definitely a different breed of people up there. But it was definitely a
right.
fun experience up there, getting to see some of my like big bucket list things, seeing the Statue of Liberty and getting to like see some views from like observation decks were amazing
Yeah.
too. So getting to do all that and exploring different neighborhoods in New York City was definitely amazing for sure. Seeing like Little Italy and seeing Chinatown was
Yeah.
awesome. And
I was looking at your picture. Well, I was actually showing my boyfriend your profile, and I was like, see, we were here. You get a picture you got of down in little look in Chinatown. We went to a little restaurant over there. It was pretty good too, and it was not expensive. That was what we planned for dinner one day. We went down to Chinatown and had Chinese for dinner while we were there the last time, and it was pretty dope. It was pretty good.
yeah, that's one good thing about New York City as well is that there's a lot of options out there for a lot of food options. Like you don't have to
And,
go eat at no fancy restaurant. Like you can definitely,
so
find
the
them in
best
different neighborhoods.
in the neighborhood. You're right. Yep.
So yeah, definitely New York is in my top three. And then you mentioned Las Vegas. I actually had the opportunity to go to Las Vegas as well. Back once like we started being able to travel again after all this COVID, I think I went in December 2020. A lot of things were closed down, but like a lot of the stuff that was closed down is stuff I probably wouldn't have done
When
anyways.
anyway, yeah.
So, but it is definitely a lot of fun things to do there for families even as well. Like you were saying, there's like the chocolate world there. There's like I think my brother went to see some kind of Marvel kind of museum there, like seeing all the
Like
costumes.
you can do like ATV rides and stuff like that, the zip lining. Yes, they're through Fremont Street. That's just stuff to do that. And I found out through a YouTube video. Um I want to say that hotel it's older, and I think it's Circus or something like that. There's actually like stuff in there for kids too. That was basically for kids almost. I want to say it was that one. It's one of them. They have like a play world somewhere, like a circus in it or something. I don't know. But I was like, that's cool because I was watching YouTube videos and the lady had did her vlog with her and her child going to Las Vegas. And she's like, when people say there's nothing for kids to do in Las Vegas, and she had all kind of stuff for kids to do in that video. And I was like, see, it's you don't have to go for all the, because if you like casinos, if you like that, I do. But I like everything, so I put try to do all of it. So, so
Yeah. Yeah, so that's definitely awesome. That place is, for kids too. Like I know it's known for, gambling and for like the clubs and all that,
right,
but there is a
right,
lot to do there.
it really is. So if you want to take the kids, you can take the kids to Las Vegas. It's not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. Avoid it in the summer. It's so hot. But
Yes, that's why I decided to go in December
uh,
because I knew it was going to be hot as everything up and down there. So I was thinking, yep, let me take a trip in December to Vegas. And
right,
one
right.
also thing that also we did while we were in Vegas is we took a couple of day trips as well. Like we went to Zion in Utah, and that was
Yeah.
probably the most beautiful drive that I've ever like gone through. It felt like
Okay.
we were just driving through the Red Mountains. It was really amazing. And also, we actually went to the Grand Canyon as well, took a day trip there. So a very convenient like place to as far as going to like other locations. So
Right, right.
yes, I definitely recommend Vegas as well. And then as far as your countries, I've been to Greece, of course, loved Greece. That's definitely my top three because I've only been to four countries, and Greece is, yeah, definitely not the least favorite. It's definitely one of my favorite ones for sure. Um and I remember seeing your pictures from Bali. That looked amazing and very peaceful.
Yeah.
And
So
oh, I definitely want to go to Bali. And I actually know somebody that actually lives out there in Bali, so I would love to go out there and connect with that friend that I have out there and also just experiencing the whole culture out there in Bali. So that would be amazing. And then Jamaica, I've not been to, but would love to go. I've loved seeing the blue waters and just
yeah,
seeing the all the different food that they have there. It looks really
yeah,
good.
yeah. And um, they have rum punch. I was partaking in the rum punch.
Yeah, I hear about that. I hear about the rum punch, definitely. So, yeah, I definitely want to visit all three of those countries. Well, I've already visited Greece, but the other two countries I'd love to visit. So, as far as my top three, well, I already know I said New York City was one for sure. A lot to do there. Another one. Surprisingly, was Chicago. I really enjoyed going to Chicago, because I heard bad things about Chicago, like as far as like crime wise.
Right.
But then once I got there, like it was the total opposite. Like where I was staying.
Um, for my boyfriend's birthday, we enjoyed it. It was nice. I would go back most definitely. It's not my favorite, but I most definitely would go back and experience more things. If I had a chance. Most definitely, if you are a couple or if you just have some friends and it's something I want to do for a weekend trip or something, go to Chicago. It's nice. I went to a Chicago Sky game, so I went to a WNBA game there. It was nice. Most definitely enjoyed it, and I was like, if we come back, I'm with it. I'll go again. Well, most of the places I've been, I'll go again. So, but
Yeah.
it's a very beautiful place and clean, very much cleaner than I thought. Uh, Now, like in terms of cleanliness, I would give it to Chicago over New York. But
Oh yeah.
but I'm still gonna go to New York before I go to Chicago. So
Yeah, Chicago definitely beautiful area. A lot of friendly people. Surprisingly, I was expecting a lot of I guess a lot of guarded people, a lot of people not wanting to talk, but a lot of people were very friendly. To me, their Chicago pizza, like deep dish pizza, is a little overrated, if I had to be
It
honest.
was so overrated, Joel. Okay, I'm gonna say that. It was because I mean we tried it, we tried the deep dish, and I was just like, give me a slice of New York pizza, please.
Yes, yes, yes. I love the New York pizza. I'm definitely team New York when it comes to pizza.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm with you. It was very much overrated. It very much overrated.
Yes, for sure. So yeah, architecture in Chicago is very beautiful for
It was,
sure.
yeah.
And getting to I went up to John Hancock building and did a little it was called tilt to where like part
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
building
that
y-
thing, yeah.
yeah, it like starts tilting out like a little bit and you're like you're like you start feel
I
like you're
I wasn't
flying.
feeling all that while I was there, so it kind of put a halt in some of the stuff I wanted to do. Um, and that was one of the things I wanted to do. So that, like I said, if I go back, I'll do that. And then it was like a boat tour that I wanted to do. That wasn't running while I was there on the days. So it was like, but a boat taxi or whatever, because I wanted to go to, I don't know if it's some kind of park or something down there. I can't remember the name, but I said I want to go, but I was a little under the weather. So it was like, I ended up in a room for like a day or whatever. So it was like, that sucks. But if I get a chance, it was it wasn't an expensive trip either. So that's why I said if I go back, I most definitely do those things that I want to do while we are there. But that deep dish was most definitely overrated, like you said. It wasn't hitting like I thought it was gonna be hitting. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
look, people don't get the Chicago deep dish. It ain't even all that. I've eaten pizza here in South Carolina better than it to me. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, same here. That's what I was thinking as well. Like I'll prefer a little Caesars over that.
Nah,
So
and like I was mad because we kind of sort of had got a bigger one. Think, or whatever. I was like, we should have just got the small one because this wasn't even all that. Like it was upsetting me.
yeah, same here. I was definitely a little disappointed after eating it. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, but at least I could say I tried it once. But
Right.
yeah, as far as the boat tour, I ended up taking the boat tour. The only bad part about it is that it was freezing outside, so I was definitely
See, we
really
in the
cold.
time, so it was great weather outside, and it was just the day that I had set aside to do all of that. They weren't running the one that I need to get to, and I was like, well, the one I had planned on getting on anyway. So it kind of made me mad, and I was just like, and we ended up walking around and a little bit, and I got some good videos and some pictures and stuff, so that was cool of downtown.
Oh. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I definitely love Chicago. Love to go back at least one more time to get a little bit more of experience.
Right.
There's some things I didn't get to see, so definitely would love to go there. And then if I had to think of one more city, I would say it's basically my second home. I consider it. It's Nashville. I love going to Nashville. Love going up there for the Nashville Predators games. That's the team we root for as far as hockey goes. And
So how
then
Nashville from you?
it's only like 2.5 hours.
Oh, drive.
Yeah, so not too bad at
Okay.
all.
I understand. I haven't been to Nashville, but I was wanting to do um a road trip there from Columbia. I think it'll probably be like 4 or 5 hours for me, I think. I'm not,
Yeah.
but because I compare it to what they want to charge for a flight, and I'm like, I might as well just drive. So that's on my list of places in the United States to take a road trip to.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it for sure. A lot of fun things to do down there. If people are into the honky tonks and like going into different places and as far as having a good old time, that's definitely the place to go. Is like all of those honky tonks. And it's called the street's called Broadway actually. So a
Okay.
lot of stuff to do there. There's football games you can attend, hockey games, which is what I like doing. Nashville hot chicken is amazing. Really good food. And then there's something else I was going to say about Nashville that I really like. I'm not sure, but there was definitely a lot of fun things to do there. There's like the wax museums, and they
Yeah.
got different museums, a lot of fun things. They got a little trolley you can ride around town. So I definitely recommend Nashville for sure. And
All
then as far as countries, Greece is one of those.
right.
But one country is like it overtook Greece. I thought Greece was always going to be my favorite country, but my absolute favorite country that I went to was Ireland. I went there
Okay.
back in April, no, May, at the
Yeah.
beginning of May. I went to Ireland, and I think a lot of the reason why I enjoyed it was it was definitely different than I expected. I was just expecting just green grass, green hills, that's it. And there was a lot more to Ireland than I expected. There was huge mountains there, there was beaches there that were beautiful. And then the group that I was with was a really fun group to go with. As well as Greece, it was definitely a fun trip there as well. So I had that same experience in Ireland, getting to have a good time there. Eating different kind of food was really nice, and so
Okay.
I definitely would say Ireland. Went to four different areas there. Went to Dublin, went to Galway, and there's two other cities. One's called Killarney and one's called Kilkenny. Those are all amazing places. Got big old churches. I love like going to a good old like
Yeah.
cathedral. I love those. And then also going to like castles too was
Okay.
amazing.
That's
So
dope. That's
yes.
yeah.
So definitely Ireland and Greece. And then the last country, like my third favorite country, is Canada. I love
Yeah.
going to Canada.
You know,
And
I would recommend it. Well, I went to the Niagara Falls side of Canada. I stayed on the Canada side, and it was so beautiful. What experience was beautiful. If I could go back, most definitely would go back. Um, I enjoyed it, so I would say yeah, and I would like to go. Like we flew into Toronto. I would like to stay maybe in Toronto one day. Like make that a trip to go to there and explore a little. Um, if I get a chance, well, hopefully one day. Long as I'm breathing good, God's good air. Um, but yeah, I would say that too. Got go to Canada once in life.
yes, most definitely. I took a Canadian road trip. I started in Montreal, and the one big reason why I wanted to go to Montreal was because there was this big church there that I wanted to see in person. It was in downtown Montreal. I think it's called the Notre Dame, but it's not the Notre
Yeah,
Dame in Paris, of course. But it's definitely was very beautiful on the inside. So did that, got to see like the area there was like a stadium there where like they had the Olympics there at one point. I think maybe like in early 2000s, so that was cool seeing. And definitely had, I think they have a Five Guys up there. I remember eating Five Guys. But so yeah, there's Montreal. Then we went to Toronto as well. We only drove through there because our main goal was getting to Niagara Falls. And
okay.
we stopped in Toronto for a little bit because we wanted to there was a castle there called Casa Loma that is beautiful. Went in there and got to see it. And I think it may be the same, it may not be the same people that built more in North Carolina, but I
Yeah.
think it looked very similar in a way. So that was it was definitely beautiful seeing that. So if anybody ever goes to Toronto, I recommend Casa Loma. Very beautiful. And then went to Niagara Falls as well, stayed on the Canada side as well, and got to see it, like see Niagara Falls from like my window. That was very beautiful. So definitely recommend Canada
We
for
didn't have
sure.
it close, but we did dinner at that restaurant that's like right there on the falls. So like while you're looking at the window at the restaurant, it's basically Niagara Falls right there. And it was
Mm.
so tower, the top of the it was the tower. I can't call the name. I want to say it was top of the world tower. But anyway, it was way up there. You had to take the elevator up there to get to the restaurant. And it was like rotating or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. No, top of the world is Las Vegas. Don't get that wrong. But it was still a tower in Niagara, and the dinner spot was like the views, like sitting down eating was like wow, like, dude, like, this is so cool.
Yes, yes, most definitely. I know what you're talking about. I forget the name of it as well, but I definitely remember seeing that there. Didn't get to eat there.
Bought the picture from the place that they were because they were going around taking pictures with a camera, and we bought me and my best friend. We bought the picture, and I have it upstairs, and the name's on there, but I can't see it. I can't see it right now.
Yeah, so I definitely recommend Canada for sure.